managing the rollout. The government must investigate and publicize the reasons for vaccine hesitancy. So, the government must investigate and publicize the reasons for vaccine hesitancy. The government got the permission or the approval for using the vaccine way back ago, like 15 days ago. But still now, it didn't use the vaccines, and no one knows why. So the author says that the government should examine the reason why. Nearly a fortnight after it won approval for Covaxin under restricted emergency use conditions, Bharat Biotech has formally informed via its website that the vaccine is inadvisable in those with a history of allergies, fever, and bleeding disorders. So, before about 2 weeks ago, the Indian government actually got the permission for using the Covaxin. It was actually only for emergency use. And Covaxin, it recently published that, sorry, we have a problem with our vaccine. Our vaccine should not be used for the people who have an history of bleeding disorders, allergies, and etc. Um, those on medication or blood thinners and whose immunity has been compromised have also been told not to take the vaccine. So not only that, for suppose the people who are taking medication for other diseases right now, or who had several diseases before taking the vaccine, even those people should not be taking this vaccine. This is along with the recommendation that the vaccine is not to be given to the pregnant or the lactating. And not only that, these vaccines should also not be given to pregnant women and lactating and the women who are in the lactation period. Lactation period is the period um, when the woman will be giving milk to their children. So the Covaxin in its recent publish it recently told that our vaccine is not for everyone. It is only for a certain type of people. It is only for the people who don't have a history of allergies, who don't have history of bleeding disorders, who are not currently pregnant or lactating, and etc. A similar set of restrictions has been given to prospective recipients of Covishield 2, the vaccine now available in greater numbers and developed by the Serum Institute of India. So, a similar set of restrictions. So this does not only apply for the new Covaxin, but this also applies for the new Covishield vaccine. So these restrictions or these limitations for the usage of vaccines is also applicable for the Covishield. So basically, even the other vaccine, Covishield, has several restrictions. And this, as we know, this Covishield vaccine was developed by the Serum Institute of India. Ordinarily, a fact sheet as well as a product insert note that accompanies every vial of vaccine is a mandatory formality. Ordinarily, a fact sheet as well as a product insert a note that accompanies every vial of vaccine is a mandatory formality. However, the context in which the two vaccines are being administered in India imbues them with magnified significance. So the way in which these two vaccines, Covaxin and Covishield, their current status in India, or the way they should be used in India, is very important because they have a lot of restrictions and limitations. Covaxin has been rolled out with insufficient evidence of its efficacy or whether it's actually protective. So a huge problem with Covaxin is that um, there is um, there was only anecdotal evidence proving its efficiency. Anecdotal evidence means there was only evidence which was not based on facts, not based on scientific experiments. So even the efficiency of the treatment of Covaxin is not proved. We don't even know if that's good for our health. The vaccines have been so far made available to healthcare and sanitation workers and other frontline staff who do not have a choice in a vaccine administered but can decide not to be inoculated. So, India, as you know, India has actually started the program of distributing the vaccine, and it has distributed the vaccine to many people. It distributed the vaccine to the vulnerable people first, like the nurses or doctors, healthcare workers, and so on. But actually, it was their option. It was their option. If they wanted to get vaccinated, they can, or if they don't want to, they don't need to. The vaccine are available in greater number. However, the context in which the two vaccines are being administered in India imbues them with magnified significance. Covaxin has been rolled out in the vaccine has have been so far made. The vaccines have been so far made available to healthcare and um, 9 states, nine states, according to data, the health ministry have rates of over 70%, and three states less than 40, and three states less than 40%, and three states less than 40%. 9 states, according to data provided by the health ministry, have rates of over 70%, and three states less than 40%. Um, so according to the data which India has right now, which was provided by the Health Minister of India. So according to that data, 9 states have rates of over 70%, and three states have less than 40%. So these are the people who have taken the vaccine. These percentages. More than half of the states fall somewhere in the middle. And yes, more than half of the states, which means more than like 15 states or 14 states, they fall in the middle. So they have so 50% of the people have taken the vaccine, like that. While India has given jabs to nearly 786,000 of those eligible, it is far short of target 1.4 million. So India's current target of distributing the vaccine is to 1.4 million people. So it should be giving vaccine to those many people. Um, it is certainly early days, and presumably there will be acceleration in the days ahead. So we are just starting, obviously, and we are not rapidly distributing the vaccine. As we further progress, our speed in distributing the vaccine will also increase. However, the government is yet to explain, based on feedback from the states, why the vaccine, the single most awaited product of 2021, has not seen more enthusiastic use. Um, the government is it is about to explain the government is about to explain based on the feedback from the states. So vaccine, obviously, in the year of 2021, vaccine will obviously be the most anticipated product, because everyone needs it, because everyone needs the vaccine to get a protection against the coronavirus. So it will obviously be the most anticipated one, and the government will soon explain why it will soon explain its hesitancy in releasing the vaccines to the people. This, in spite of the health ministry officials underlining the adverse events following vaccination have been negligibly low, accentuating the safety of the product. So far, as I said, the government has already distributed the vaccines in several states, and so far, the side effects or the aftermath of the usage of vaccine, they are not that bad. So I mean that they are not that bad. They're as usual. So this vaccine is actually safe. Hospitals have begun internal campaigns exhorting senior doctors to get a shot to build confidence, and officials in the highest government offices say that not opting for a vaccine when one is available amounts to dereliction in duty. So hospitals have begun internal campaigns. So hospitals are doing small campaigns in the hospitals. So the doctors are saying to patients that exhorting senior doctors to get a shot to build confidence, and officials in the highest government offices say that not opting for a vaccine when one is available amounts to dereliction in duty. So basically, all the doctors and all the healthcare people are saying to the government that please don't show any sort of hesitancy, because you have two vaccines, and if you don't use at least single one of them, we may lose people. So please don't show any hesitancy when we have a vaccine. So please use the vaccine as soon as possible. The adoption trend is unsurprising. The medical literate, as many recipients are, realize the difference between a vaccine being safe and efficacious. So the doctors are actually saying that there is a difference between a vaccine being safe and being efficacious. There is a difference between both of these terms. Moreover, the declining trend in new cases, as well as the knowledge that an array of vaccines will be available in the months ahead, further contribute to the temporary hesitancy pervading hospitals now. Um, so, a good thing is that currently the coronavirus cases in India are dropping very rapidly. That's a very good sign. And also another good sign is that vaccines will be available in a plenty in a few months ahead. So the so that's the reason. So that's one of the reasons why the government is showing. That's one of the reason why the government is showing this hesitancy. Why the government is showing this hesitancy in distributing the vaccines to the people. And the other is that it is not entirely sure if this vaccine is actually safe or not safe. A way forward for the government to inspire confidence is to monitor, report, and be forthright with the challenges it is facing. There should also be greater coordination between the center and the states on sharing, investigating, and publicizing reasons for hesitancy. Um, so the government should observe everything right now, and it should also have a good cooperation with also the states. So the central government should have a good cooperation with the government of all the states. So that both of them should share their investigation, should share their process of publicizing the reasons for hesitancy. So basically, it says that both of them combinedly should come up with the reason for their hesitancy. Thank you.